So this is the Kindle Scribe. There are some reviews of it out there already, but I thought I would kind of do an everyday sort of review because there are a lot of both positive and not so positive reviews out there. And this is why I think that some of the not so positive reviews may be missing the point, and this is how I use my Kindle Scribe. So I'm going to go through kind of some of the basic features of the Kindle Scribe. Obviously, you can see it is bigger than most Kindles. This is the Scribe. This is the Kindle Oasis, which I also have. A lot of difference in size there. This one's a lot bigger, but there are reasons for that. So it does include a backlight. I don't know if you can tell, there's the backlight on here. You can change the brightness. Turned it. This is all the way up, so you can see how this would be pretty easy to read at night in the dark, or if you're in a place with a lot of dim lighting. So it does have that, just like most of the rest of the Kindles, like the Kindle Paperwhite and Kindle Oasis. One big difference that it has, that it's the only Kindle that includes this, it comes with a pen. There's two kinds of pens that you can get with the Kindle Scribe. There is a basic pen that pretty much just writes on the screen. And then this is the premium pen, but it comes with this little button here on the side of the pen. And that can be used for different things. You can actually change the options, set that up how you want to use the button on the side. Like I use mine for highlighting versus writing when I'm writing in a notebook on the Scribe. And then the other feature of the premium pen that is super useful is that the end of this can actually function as an eraser. So if you are writing on the Scribe and you make a mistake, you can just flip the pen over, press it to the screen, and erase, just like you would if you were using a pencil or erasable pen. So I have this Kindle Scribe in the official Amazon Kindle Scribe case that they sell. This is kind of the basic one. So if I take it out of the case, this here is the Scribe itself. It's got these 4 little studs kind of on the back of it, these rubber studs that if you sit it down on your desk, it won't get scratched easily. But then it's also magnetic. So if you do have the official Amazon case, you can just put it into the case and it fits on there magnetically. So you could flip it either way. You've got this wider edge on the right side, or you could also flip it around if you're left-handed, or if that just works better for how you're using it. So the case also has this option where once you flip it over, it turns on automatically when the case is opened. And then you can also use the case like fits like this magnetically, so you can prop it up, like stand up like this, or you can have it kind of like angled, like sitting on a desk, like that. So one of the things that's different on the Kindle Scribe versus like the Kindle Oasis is when you're reading, you can highlight things. Now, you can actually also do that on the Kindle Oasis or the Kindle Paperwhite or whatever, but you have to use your finger, whereas with the Scribe, you have the option to use the pen to highlight, just like you were highlighting something in an actual book. Also, when you're reading a book, you have the option to use these like virtual sticky notes. So you get this little icon over here, and if you tap on it with the pen or with your finger, it'll bring up like a little toolbar, and you have some options there. One is like a highlight option, another one is a sticky note option. So if you tap on the sticky note option and then you tap anywhere on the screen, it will bring up this little box where you can handwrite. So like you can write things in there and make handwritten notes in your books, basically. And then if you close out of that window with the little X in the corner, just like normal, then you get this little tiny, you probably can't see it, but there's these little notes icons on the Scribe, and if you tap on them, it will bring back your handwritten note that you just made. So the other big difference between the Kindle Scribe and just a regular Kindle Oasis or Kindle Paperwhite, I keep holding that up as if you need to see it again, is the ability to add notebooks. So you have this little tab at the bottom that says notebooks, and it takes you to notebooks that you can add. Now, when you go to create a notebook, it will show you all of the different templates that you can use. You have options for wide ruled, college ruled, like a legal pad, dotted grid paper, calendar, music notation, checklist, plain paper, all these different templates that you can use to create a notebook. And you also have the option of choosing whether you want the Kindle to display the first page of your notebook or if you want it to display the current page that you're working on. I usually choose the first page, and then I make kind of like a notebook cover. You can see that there. So I have one for YouTube, one for a journal, and one for just a notepad that I use. You can also see your Kindle Scribe notebooks in your Kindle apps. So if you have an app on your phone, or you have an app on your iPad, or even on the web, there's a URL that you can go to. I'll put it down below. If you're signed into your Kindle account, you have a Scribe, you can see your notebooks by going to that URL. Now, you can't change them or edit them, but if you don't have your Scribe with you and you wrote something down and you want to be able to see it, then you can see it on the go. So one other cool thing that you can do is if you want like a different template than they have for the notebooks, like if you want a planner, or if you want to take notes on a PDF, like you got a PowerPoint for class, you can also import PDFs into the Kindle Scribe. There's an Amazon URL you can use, or you can either email them to your Kindle Scribe, and you could have any kind limitless templates that you could use and write in with your pen on your Kindle Scribe. So like you could have a planner, or you could have like a reading journal or something like that, and be able to do that on the Scribe as well, which is kind of a nice perk. So how do I use the Kindle Scribe? Why do I think that people are missing the point with it? Well, for me, honestly, before I got the Scribe, I've had a Kindle for years. I have had a Kindle Oasis for a really long time that I use constantly. I read on this thing every day. I read a ton of fiction, and I love using it. I have a pop socket on it. I read in bed at night with the light on the Kindle. And one thing, though, that I have been missing is I have a hard time reading nonfiction. Now, my husband, when he reads nonfiction, which he reads all the time, he is always highlighting or taking notes, or, just being able to note things that are in the book helps him a lot. And that's what I would like to do. And that's why I struggle when I'm reading so many different things on my Kindle Oasis. It's not easy to highlight or take notes or anything like that. And that's mostly what I read on, honestly. So I really like the Scribe because it has a bigger screen. You can make the font size bigger if you need to. And I love the pen that comes with it, and being able to highlight in a book and save my highlights and take handwritten notes throughout the book. And then when I get to the end, or while I'm reading the book, I can actually pop up a notebook for that book that will list all of my highlights. It will list all of my handwritten sticky notes in order. And I can see the notes that I've taken on that book. And for me, that is a great benefit to have when I'm reading something that is nonfiction, because otherwise it is so hard for me to focus. So what are the benefits of the Kindle Scribe versus using an iPad or a smaller Kindle? Well, one is obviously the e-ink screen, which is way better on your eyes. I like it a lot better for reading versus reading on an iPad. To me, the pen is also a better writing experience, writing on the Scribe versus writing on an iPad with the Apple Pencil. And while you can attach the pen to the side magnetically, just like you can with an iPad, it's just for holding it on there. It's not for charging. You don't have to charge the pen at all, which is awesome. I know for an iPad, some of them you charge by putting it on the side of the iPad. Some of them you have to plug it in. You don't have to do that at all. The pen doesn't require charging on the Kindle Scribe. So I love that. The battery on the Kindle Scribe lasts a lot longer than an iPad. I use my iPad a lot and I have to charge it pretty much every day. With the Scribe, I've been using it almost every day, and I think I charged it last week, like a week ago. So obviously the battery lasts a lot longer. And probably for me, one of the benefits, and this seems silly, but it is so singularly focused. It is for reading and taking notes, and that's it. On the iPad, to me, there's a lot of distractions. You have a bunch of apps. You can go and watch shows and movies and play games and do other things. And that is not what the Scribe is for. I like it that I can use it for reading and my notepad and journaling. And to me, it helps me stay focused. And I like that. It's a single tasking device. And I love that about it. So that helps me. What are the benefits versus having a smaller Kindle? Well, obviously, you have the bigger screen. You can make your font bigger or as big as you want it so that you can see it better and fit more text on the page. You also have a better highlighting experience. You do have a highlighting experience. You are able to highlight on the Oasis or the Paperwhite, but you have to use your finger. It's not as easy, it's not as realistic as using the pen, like highlighting in a book. And also, you don't have the option for handwriting, sticky notes, or writing in a notebook or writing in a journal on the smaller Kindles like you do with the Kindle Scribe. So obviously that's another benefit. I know the Kindle Scribe is not for everybody, but for me, those are the reasons that I love it, reasons that I think that it is worth it to me, and the things that I use it for. And I love the Kindle Scribe, and I continue to find more and more scenarios where it is the best tool for what I need. And I'm looking forward to more updates on it. I know even since the short time that I've had it, there's been a few updates where they've added things like copying and pasting in notebooks and things like that. So I'm looking forward to even more updates to come. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching this review, and I hope it's been helpful. I'm looking forward to creating some new videos soon about how to get free or cheap books on your Kindle, on any of the Kindle models. And then also a great software tool that you can use to manage the books that you have on your Kindle as well. So be looking for those videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope that you will like this video and comment and subscribe as well. So see you next time.